Hi, I'm Paul Ronk, and I am the owner and producer of maple syrup here on the Ronk Family Maple Farm in Alum Creek, West Virginia. West Virginia has 1 million maple trees. You know, our state tree in West Virginia is the sugar maple, and it's called that because there's sugar in the sap that then we make our maple syrup from. You can tap a maple tree anywhere. Right back out. Just take a little stick, go in and clean that sawdust out. Then you're going to take your spout. This is what we're going to put in the tree. You're going to push it in there. Now, the important thing is don't use a great big heavy hammer because you'll push the spout in too far and then the veins get clogged up and it won't give you any sap. So you want to take a light hammer. As you can see, this is just a piece of wood, and you're going to tap it. That's where we get the term tap. I want you to listen closely because the last tap makes a different sound, and that tells you how that it is in the tree far enough. And you're done. You don't want to hit it again. You don't want to put that in there too far. And we're going to take you over here to the lines, and the sap runs in this line from tree to tree. I have about 6,000 feet, so I have over 1 mile of tubing. And it goes down to a big holding tank where everything's collected in one spot. And that's where we'll take the process from there and cooking the sap and making it into syrup. Then I bring it up to the sugar shack. Then I run it through my reverse osmosis machine, and it separates the sugar in the water. That's what it does, by 50%. It takes out 50% of the water, so that it doesn't take me as long to cook it down in the evaporator. So it takes 80 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of syrup, okay? But when you run it through this reverse osmosis, it takes it down to 40 to 1. And then after we run it through this, then it's concentrated, and then we run it in this. Because the evaporator, what we're doing is evaporating the water off of that sugar, and it's leaving the sugar to make our syrup. So syrup is actually 66% sugar. It's not 100%, and the rest of that is water that's actually in that. Now, you notice there's 8 different chambers. When that sap starts to cook, it pushes the sugar forward like a maze. It literally goes like this. When it gets over here, it's pretty close to being done. Which I'm going to show you how I know when it is done. This is called a hydrometer. We're going to test the syrup with this hydrometer. It tells me that when it is on that red mark floating in this container, that it is finished. Okay, when it's on that red line and it's floating exactly with the top of this is 66%. And so that means it's ready to draw off. And then after we do that, we run it through our filter press. It has special cloth that goes in there, and it pushes through there. It takes out, like, if there was a little bit of a pine needle that fell in there or a little bit of a leaf, just takes out anything like that and purifies that syrup. Then we put it in our bottler. Put that on, make sure the raccoons don't get it out. But yeah, there's syrup in here. And you can see I have a temperature gauge here. I get it up to 185 degrees. I grab my bottles, put them underneath here, and fill them up. Put it on this spoon. Let's take a big bite of that. The stuff you buy in the store, most of it is corn syrup. They take corn and boil it down and take the syrup off from it, and that's what you have to put on pancakes. It's very thick. Real syrup from a tree is not as thick as what you buy in the store, but it's much, much better for you. It's got a whole lot more minerals in it. It's Come and visit my farm anytime you want. You're more than welcome here at Ronk Family Maple Farm.